Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel Wake Up Bright, where I share all of the things that help me live each day a little brighter. I'm April Lauren and I'm on a journey to lose 200 pounds. I have lost right at 90 pounds. I have 110 and a half pound to go, and today I am sharing my overview of the month of April. So let's just dive right in. I let myself down in so many ways. So back in September, I went through a similar thing where I thought I was pregnant and I wasn't. I got through that without a lot of self-sabotage or self-defeating behaviors. This time it was different. I was very negative and very self-sabotaging, and I just snowballed right off that edge. I think the most frustrating thing is all of the things that went wrong were in my control. I need a plan. And I need a plan that will work when we do start doing fertility treatments and I don't get pregnant, because I need to manage that, and I can. Like I can create a plan, and nothing is ever going to go to plan, but having a plan, I feel like, gives you a framework. It gives you something to hold on to as you move forward, and I think that that's important. Also in April, my husband went out of town. Since he got back in like July 2019, that he's been gone for any period of time. So he's gone for a few weeks. I underestimated the shock that was going to have on like my day-to-day life. I missed him so much, and I'm grateful that, you know, I love my husband and that he's such a support in my life. It's a good problem to have. I think it's a really good problem to have, that it was hard on me that he was gone, and it was hard on him to not be here. Like, we both have our routines and things that we've gotten so spoiled and we're blessed to be able to have. You know, back in before we moved, so it might have been in May, it's call and it's like, you're gonna deploy. I didn't deploy, and we have had such a good like time here, and I'm really grateful for that. I think the absence just made me appreciate it even more, and I'm like anxious for when he does end up deploying, because it's, you know, military people deploy. So all of April wasn't bad. April, I got to go up to DC and go to my friend Yenna from Missouri at her baby shower. I love her so much, and I had so much fun helping her put that together. Like the day of, like, she had multiple showers, so she did a couple virtual. So she did like a Finnish virtual shower, and then she did like an English speaking virtual shower, and then she had the baby shower with everyone that we know. And it was just so wonderful to see everyone, and maybe that's part of why when I came home to an empty house, I was just very lonely. Like, my husband left, and almost right after that I got to go up to DC. So it was like instantly I was connected with people, and then I come home and like I have people here too, but when I would get in that self-destructive mode, I withdraw. So biggest takeaways for April are that I need a plan for if I think I'm pregnant, and probably I need to revisit. When I first started, I had outlined kind of triggers for me, things that start happening when I start to slide. I need to be more mindful of those things, because all of those things are still true. And my other takeaway is that I need a really good schedule in the morning, and prioritize what's important to me, and stop spending so much time worrying and having anxiety and giving in to those feelings. Like, I just need to move forward. Before we move forward, the good things, my favorite things, I guess, that happened in April are I got to go to Yenna's baby shower. That was such a bright spot. I have been looking forward to that for so long. I wish I was in a better headspace when I went, because like I almost had to pull myself there, and that sucks, because I have been looking forward to that since I found out she was pregnant. I'm so happy, and I cannot wait for her little one to be here. She's gonna have such a precious baby girl. So Yenna's shower, and then booking those tickets to go see the person who shall not be named yet. I am so excited. I mean, I set up a good May, and then Something else that happened that's really fun is that my husband got the opportunity to do this competition thing, and associated with the competition is a military ball, and so I get to go to that, and I'm very, very excited. So I got a couple dresses. So I just got them off of Amazon, so they're very inexpensive, and then I got two so that way I could pick which one. Having trouble deciding, but I need to send one back, and I'm very excited to be able to get dressed up and go to a fall. I'm very excited. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So I bought those dresses at the tail end of April, and I am still going back and forth on which one. So it's not really that big of a deal, but it's like I keep putting them on and I'm like, okay, comfortable. Which one am I going to be comfortable? And then I'm like, but I like this one better, but this one is comfortable. So like, that's kind of my struggle there. My Deca, that Deca pulled me out of the downward spiral that I was in. I mean, I was in it and I was just, it was getting really bad. It was getting really bad. I ate an entire watermelon. And that is the lowest point of my journey so far. I just did not care. I hated myself with every bite. But yes, that is something definitely for me to talk about in counseling and not here on YouTube. So let's grade April. So for fitness, for food, and for routine for April, I just gave myself F's across the board. There were a lot of times in April where I was good and consistent, and then there was just that period of time where nothing matters, and I got very, very low. And I'm grateful for the Deca because it pulled me out, but I don't want to be in that position. With that, let's talk about goals for May. In May, I want to do 3 miles for time. And especially since I didn't do it at all, well, I tried, and that was part of, I think, my spiral. It was part of my spiral. And so 3 miles for time, I would really like to do it in around 47 minutes, and that's my goal. I want to do kettle hill at some point this month. It's a good workout that I can do from pretty much anywhere, and we do have quite a bit of travel planned in May. So I want at some point to do kettle hill, and then I want to average 12 to 15,000 steps a day, and I did do that in April. But what happened is that I just had some days where I walked and moved so much that it in the end it averaged out, because it wasn't. Let's do that maybe even better in May. And in May, for routines, I really want to get into the groove of daily scripture study. I think that it's life-changing for me, and it helps me in so many ways. So for as far as routine, and then also part of routine, I want to meal prep weekly. And so I know that's kind of like a food goal, but it's also a routine goal here. And then for food, I am giving up the idea of tracking. I'm just not going to do it. Like, I need to figure out how to eat at a deficit without tracking. So I'm thinking the solution is to focus on getting 3 meals and 2 snacks and having that be it. And it could really be, you could say 3 meals, 2 snacks. It could be 5 meals. I'm gonna eat 5 times, and I want to meal prep as much as I can, but then also I'll be cooking and doing things like that, but just portioning out 5 meals and moving forward without overthinking that process. We shall see. So going forward after this video, I am going to add like a reviewing the meal preps that I've done back at the previous month's meal preps, and then just sharing like what I ate and what was good for me, what my husband ate, what was good for him. If things I didn't react as well as I would have liked, I think that will be really helpful to do it after I've been eating those things consistently, like throughout. So we shall see. Let's move on to the weigh-in section. In and I've already done this weigh-in, so it was on last week's weigh-in Wednesday, but I started the month at 267.7 pounds and I ended the month at 263.3 pounds. Very frustrating. April was a really rough month for me, so I'm trying to just move forward and be like, okay, well, I mean, at least you didn't like gain a bunch of weight. At least you like stayed somewhat consistent, with the exception of that period of time where I just was like, I don't know if I can get out of the bed. Like, aside from that, I stayed pretty consistent, and yeah. So let's look at the side-by-side footage.
The comparison photos are always my favorite. The comparison photos in the video. It's the most helpful for me in seeing my progress. Next to non-scale victories, of course, I really feel like focusing on what I can do and growing that way just has helped me have such a better body image than I've ever had in my life. Now, I know there are places that I want to go, and there are things that I want to be able to do, and I can't do those things. And I look forward to doing the work in order to be able to do them. And it's just different. I'm in such a different place, and it feels so good. And then it feels really great to be able to look at myself and see that progress and see the changes, and just in how I move and how much more comfortable I am just standing. Like, being able to stand with both feet on the floor comfortably is amazing. So this was the end of the first month. So this isn't the beginning on the right. And then this is the most recent of my update videos. And doing the steals is always helpful for me because I feel like when I'm moving, like, it's good to see, but then it's not quite as obvious. And the side by side just blows my mind. Also, the back, this is the first time I've looked at myself from the back and like just been like, holy, like, that's crazy. That is such a crazy difference. And I guess it's 90 pounds. 90 pounds makes such a huge difference. And I still have so much further to go. I'm trying to not focus so much on how far and just focus on the next step, but that is so hard to do. And I have this like goal setting, like over planning tendency, and I just need to plan the next thing. I just need a small goal for right in front of me. I just need to take one more step forward every day.
Whenever I try to go like all out, I end up doing worse. So that is, I just am going to move forward in a way that feels sustainable and healthy so that I can maintain the clarity and the kindness to myself and like the good place that I've found mentally. I don't want to be in a toxic diet cycle, and so I still want to find the edge of my comfort zone and be a little bit more uncomfortable, but I want to do that in ways that don't hinder my progress and help me progress. I mean, that's the edge, right? Like, that's the edge that I want to find. And so I'm going to continue to work on that. And thank you so much for encouraging me along on my journey. I really hope May is a bigger, better month. And I really, really, really want to get this weight off. I want to do it in a way where the weight never comes back. And I want to do it in a way that if I get pregnant, that I am able to maintain and sustain everything that I've worked towards. And this month scares me. I'm not living right now with like a constant level of anxiety. I know I'm going to be successful because I know that I'm the driver and I know that I can pull back, and that's what I'm doing. But I guess it's not really pulling back. I am slowing down to speed up. And I don't think I ever did that. I decided I was gonna find my edge, but I feel like I was already driving fast. And that doesn't mean that I'm not talking about, most of the time I'm talking about things mentally and not things in action. So I want to slow down, refocus, and move forward better and stronger until I get to my goal. And I'm excited for May, excited for June, and eager to see where I land at my 2-year mark. So thank you again for encouraging and supporting me on my journey, and I look forward to seeing you next time.